Hi, I'm Dr. Lenore Coleman, President and founder of Healing Our Village and Executive Director of Total Lifestyle Change. Welcome to today's Diabetes Prevention Program. We're going to actually start talking today about tracking your activity. So it's important that you learn how to track what you're doing. We're going to talk to you about tracking what you eat, but you have to also track what you do, because all of that combines together to help get you to your fitness goal and get you to your weight loss goal. So our session today on tracking your activity is going to help you be able to prevent and delay type 2 diabetes. In this session, we're going to talk about the purpose of tracking, why you're going to do this, and how to track your activity. So after we do this session, you're going to have to set up a new action plan, because once again, you have to fit all of this stuff into your action plan for you to be able to do on a daily and weekly basis. You know, this is a journey that we're on. This is something that's not going to happen overnight. So that's why every session we tell you to come up with a new action plan on how you're going to be able to incorporate the things that you learned today into your daily activities. So here are some tips. Well, you can start off by creating a fitness log to track your minutes of activity per day. Or you can track your activity at a moderate pace. So let's say you decide you're going to start a walking program. Well, that's great. You walk at a moderate pace, and a moderate pace means that you can still talk while you're walking or sing while you're walking. If you can't do those two things, that means that you're at too fast of a pace. You got to slow down. And also you need to show all of this to your coach after each of these sessions so that you can get some tips from your coach on how you can do a good job. Include everyday activities. So let's say you don't walk one day, but you go out and you mow your lawn, or you weed your beds, or you wash your car. All of those are considered an activity, so you have to keep track of those as well. Now, when you talk about how to track your activity, there are ways to time your activity, and there are ways to record the minutes that you're spending on the activity. So in order to time your activity, you can use a watch or a clock or a timer. You can use a fitness tracker, which you can wear around your wrist. There's a number of them that are out there. That's what I use to basically chart the number of steps per day that I walk. I try to walk 10,000 steps, but I definitely get in at least 8,000 steps a day. Smartphone apps are available, and actually your smartphone, most of them actually have a tracking function. So it will tell you your steps. So look for that app on your smartphone that you actually own. And there are some computer apps. All of those are ways to time your activity. So for instance, I'm a swimmer. I love to get in my pool. So what I do now is I take out my little timer, I set it to 30 minutes, and then when the bell rings, I know I've put in 30 minutes of non-stop swimming. Now, there are ways to record your minutes of activity. You can do that through a spreadsheet, a fitness tracker. Again, they all have sort of what you did in that day, but it also tells you what you've done that week. The smartphone apps also do that. It'll tell you what you did that day, but also what you've done that week. There are voice recordings where you could actually record that. They're very cute. They're miniature recordings. They only cost about $35, and that's another way that you can actually record the minutes of your activity. It'll say today's date, and then how many minutes you put in, and then just play back those recordings at the end of the week so that you can put them down on your fitness log. Now, there's lots of challenges to this. This is something that you don't normally do, so you're going to have to get used to tracking your activity. So a lot of you say, well, I'm too busy. I don't have time to do this tracking. But you got to make time, because remember, by doing this tracking, by getting more activity, you'll get to your 5 to 10% of weight loss that you're trying to get to, and that will lower your risk of type 2 diabetes. Maybe you don't feel like reading or writing things down. Well, again, you can record your voice, or just use your smartphone, or use one of those fitness trackers. All of that helps you to be able to not have to write this thing down on, say, a spiral notebook. You keep forgetting to track. Well, you just got to figure out how to incorporate that into your daily routine. So before I leave the house, I put my fitness tracker right there next to my purse, so I won't forget it. It's before I leave the house, I put it on so that I can, monitor my steps that I'm getting in. Again, like I said, when I get into my swimming pool or when I start my exercise around the house, I set a timer so I can get in that 30, 60 minutes of activity that I'm trying to do. Or if I'm going to go cut the lawn, I figure out what time it is when I start, and then I look at the time when I'm done. All of that is sort of keeping track of, again, my activity. And then you can ask your friends and family to help you. You got to get you a workout partner. You got to get you a workout buddy that you all communicate every day or every other day, and just keep track of your goals. And then maybe some of you just don't want to do this. You just don't want to track. But you know what? Reward yourself when you get to certain goals. That's also can help you be able to do this more often. Give yourself a reward. Take yourself to something that you like to do, that's fun to do. Competitions are great. I used to do that at my workplace. We all in our little mod, we all started to compete against each other to see who was going to lose the 15 pounds the fastest and the healthiest. And so we actually put in $5 into a pool, and then we were able to get the jackpot at the end of the competition. And then again, trying those smartphone apps and those computer apps really do make it a lot easier for you to do the tracking, because they do the tracking for you. Again, thank you so much for your attention today. We hope you really enjoyed learning on how to track your activity. For more information on the other modules to help you begin changing your lifestyle, go to www.hovhealth.com, or you can always give us a call at Healing Our Village, 800-788-0941. Take care.